Alright, welcome back. This is War 3. We've matched SSX. I always have trouble saying that, man. My team's going to be S99 Anti-Venom and R5 Archangel. I brought him to R5 for BGs last season, although I haven't played very much this season so far. I'm going to be on Path 2. This is actually a pretty big war for me. I think I have 9 fights. Although, unfortunately, I'm going to die because I'm a moron. So, this first fight here is Longshot. Basically, if possible, I just want to hit his block. It's going to give him Pure of Heart, just hitting his block. And I don't have very many parries on the node, so I can't actually hit him while he's stunned very often. So, when he has Pure of Heart, I am just going to back off and wait it out before I actually push him to a special. And then I will bait the special out while he doesn't have it, and I will go back to hitting his block. So here, he has 3 of his karma, so I'm just trying to bait this out first, and then I'll go back to hitting his block, repeat the process, and he's going to go down. Next up here is this spot. So originally I was going to be 2-2 the whole way and bringing Guardian for Domino, or actually Nebs, but I suggested Guardian. But we were really unsure about S99 or Guardian versus this fight. So instead we switched it up a little bit, and I now have Archangel for this fight and the Kate Bishop following. This fight's going to be like a 30-second fight. There's not really much to say about Archangel. It was pretty cool using him in war, though. Alright, next up is this Kate Bishop. I have a white mags on the fight because if I don't have one, she will evade when you try to hit her from a stun. And I just wanted to make sure that I didn't have to worry about dexing or blocking her specials. So I was told that I could just block the special 1, so that's what I'm going to do here. And then at the end of this fight, I accidentally pushed her to a special 2, and I had no idea what the special 2 did, so I just turtled up and waited for her to die because she had quite a few toxins on her, and I knew that she would be dead soon. And yeah, like a 24-second fight. Pretty sweet. This fight. Okay, so I'm going to die in this fight. It's a shame, too, because this is the 3rd time I've done it, and I had the strat down. The first, like, 60% of this fight goes beautifully. I'm getting everything that I want in it, and I'm controlling it very well. And unfortunately, I'm going to get hit with a couple hits dashing back, and it's going to end up giving Maw a special 2. Now, the mistake I'm going to make is thinking that I have to bait it out, because the node is power focused too. So he actually can't get to a special 3, which means I don't actually have to bait it out. So there I knew that I was going to get the root on me, so I just backed off because I knew I wasn't going to be able to counter that special 1 with a heavy before it applied. Here, I'm going to counter it. And things are going great. And when he ends up getting to a special 2, I'm going to end up being backed into a corner, so it's coming up here. I get hit there, and then I'm backing off, and I get hit there as well. So now he has a special 2. I'm in the corner rooted. And my thinking is see if I can back him up a little bit. Try to get him to throw it. He doesn't want to throw it. So I throw my special 2 here with the falter still on me. And then I stay open after it. And I get hit with it. And I know I'm dead at this point. So I just go running at him because it wouldn't have mattered either way. And yeah, what I should have done was thrown that special 2 and then blocked right away. And tried to work myself out of the corner, knowing that he had the special 2 and being ready for it, but not feeling the need to bait it. So if I happen to get this fight again, I will not make that same mistake again. I really should have known that, but it is what it is. Sometimes in the moment, you don't think of everything. So this is just the cleanup here, and then we'll move on. All right, next up is this Sauron on 24. So Sauron is tactic, and the node will remove any buffs you get and give him a regen, which will make him unblockable. Regen buff, though, not a passive. So my strat for this one, the normal good old Spidey play. I want him to get prowess, and I want to reverse his power. My Wither isn't really reversing it. It's more like kind of just keeping it still, it seems like. So I'm fine with that, because I do end up wanting to push him over a bar of power to get a burst. But Sauron's kind of tricky with his animations. So it can be a little difficult to pause the debuff. I've lost about half of it so far. My Wither, that is. And I am going to end up pushing him to a special 1 here. I land a heavy to get an exhaustion, to get a little bit more power reversal. And now I've brought him back down underneath a bar of power. Now I'm going to push him over it again. And now he's back under. And that is essentially the goal. Just bring him back and forth if possible. And that 1 exhaustion was all I needed to be able to do that. All right, now next up I got this Wong. I think he's an R2. I can't tell. The screen is so small. I'm pretty sure he was, though. So I was assigned AA for this fight, but I chose to use Spidey instead. Both of them would work. I'm more comfortable with Spidey overall. And I prefer Spidey fights to AA fights. AA fights aren't bad, but I just didn't want to have to deal with Blue Spell. And I wasn't sure if AA's neurotoxins would shut it off. I'm sure it would, but I was just like, nah, I'll just use Spidey. So in this fight, if you dash back too many times and give him too many regens, when he reaches 10 of them, he's going to go unblockable. But it doesn't really matter if he's unblockable if I'm not actually parrying and I'm only hitting his block. Because I can't get another Wither, so there's really no point in going for specials. Unless it's just for pure damage, because any of his spells that are on him will just remove a second Wither that I put on him. So it's just going to be a blocked hit fight for the most part, other than punishing specials. And he is going to end up going unblockable near the end, and I'm just pretty much going to wait it out and get him to turtle and finish him off with regular good old blocked hits. Maybe mix a couple regular hits in. All right, and then I got this Idoom on Buffet. So I remember having an Idoom on 24, like, I don't know, probably like my first 2 seasons here. That was a really difficult fight, and after doing this fight, I don't remember like what the tactic was back then, but I really wish that we started sending S99 to that fight, provided the tactic didn't counter it. Although he might have been banned that season, I'm not sure. I don't remember. It's quite possible, though, because that might have been why I was using Corvus so much. But yeah, Spidey pretty much cancels out the Buffet node, so it's just a matter of not getting hit with his specials and doing the good old Spidey thing, hitting block, pausing your debuffs, and calling it a day. The cool thing is, even at the end, because I don't really need to rely on specials, even at the end when he power locks you, it doesn't really matter. You can just continue to let your ruptures do their thing. And Despair is going to reverse that regen that he gets. So, down he goes. Alright. Do I even have to say anything at this point? You know the deal. I think I do this one in a minute and a half. So, last war was a minute 40. This one was a minute and a half. I think I can get it quicker. We'll see, though. All right, and last up, I got Sassy Boss. So, I've done Sassy Bosses quite a few times. I think this is only my second R2 Sassy Boss, because nobody really places him anymore. And the first one I did was overall a much better fight than this one. It was a quicker fight. I think it was only 2.5 minutes, and this one was 3.5 minutes. I'm not sure what changed. I don't remember what his 7-star stat focus was, if it was Pierce or physical resistance or what. But overall, it felt like this one was a bit longer. Well, I mean, it was a bit longer, but it just felt like either I wasn't fully dialed in, so I wasn't like doing the right stuff that I needed to do, or it felt like maybe he had like a really good mastery setup, maybe some extra health, maybe some extra physical resistance. Not entirely sure, but it is going to be a pretty long fight, so I'm just going to let it play out, and I'll come back when it's finished. All right, so we ended up winning this one. 4 deaths is not what we're looking for, though. This first week of the season has not been our normal form, and we are looking to get back to that. So I feel like by now, all of us are kind of back in the swing of things, so we'll see what next week brings. Good luck to SSX for the rest of their season. We all have a lot of buddies over there, and we wish them the best. Thank you very much for watching.